Hey there, Diana from Adirondack Girl at Heart. I teach vintage and antique lovers how to create successful businesses that they'll love. One of the ways I do that is through these videos. Another way is through my website, AdirondackGirlAtHeart.com. I hope you'll pop on over for a visit. The website is filled with all kinds of articles about vintage and antiques and about how to set up and run an antique business. Today I'm sharing the third and final installment of my Pennsylvania haul. Actually, it started in New York as we were driving from Albany to Pittsburgh, and we just stopped at antique shops and thrift stores and flea markets all along the way. So I have two other videos where I show the first few boxes that I unpacked, and then today I'm unpacking the last box. All right, so let's just jump right into it. So Easter is not around the corner, but I picked up this basket and this one. They might have been funeral baskets, but they're on the smaller side, so that's why I'm calling them Easter. I love the green. They cost $1, and they should sell for probably $12 to $15, maybe $15 to $18 from my antique booth. And while we're on Easter, I picked up this paper mache rabbit, not because it's super old. There's no wear on the bottom. It just has a nice vintage look. I think it will sell well at Easter time for about $12 to $15. I thought he was cute. Okay. A washboard, metal and wood washboard. It still has a little bit of the writing up here. The advertising looks like Busy Bee. And it was $1.99, and I will put some paste, some wax on it, some wood salve that I make myself, and I provided the recipe on my blog, so I'll link to that, and that will bring out that writing a little bit, and it should sell for about $18 to $20. And just want to mention on the baskets before we move on, I do have a pretty intensive article all about baskets and a video talking about how to tell if it's old or vintage, and then what is it made out of and that sort of thing. So I think you'll enjoy that. And so here's another thrift store find. Just thought that was beautiful. In general, religious items are not huge sellers for me, but God bless you is just a very sweet, nice saying. I think that it will be attractive to people. It was $3, and it should sell for about $25. Nicely framed, newly framed, but an older piece. And this is all beautifully hand painted, those roses and this little piece down there. So yeah, I would say about $25 to $28 on that piece. And then I picked up this framed mirror. It was $3, which is crazy. But look what happened. In the box, yeah, it shipped. But I think that this is an 8.5 by 11 size, and I do think I have a mirror that I can pop in there. But nice sort of shabby chic frame, about $28 to $32 for that piece. Now, a couple of books. I have a really, what I think is a nice article on my website about 6 book types that sell, and reference books is one of them. And I've sold this book over and over again for $12. Although the dust jacket is in really good shape, but it covers a historical home, Johnson Hall. Let's see if I can find that. That's on page 64. I have an article on my website about it because Johnson Hall is not too far away from here. In Albany. And so if you want to find out more about this colonial era home, I will link to it down below and you can find out more about it. So these books all cost $1 from a thrift store. So I also have an extensive article about cookbooks. And so I pick up interesting and old examples whenever I can. Excuse me. So I really wanted to mention this because Jan Karen wrote a whole series of books about make-believe town of Mitford. They're my favorite. The series is amazing. The initial first 3 books are the best. The ones that follow are perfectly fine. She is an amazing writer, and you just fall in love with this little town and the main character, who is the Reverend, he's a Episcopalian priest. So anyway, this originally sold for $30. Like I said, I paid $1 for it, and I'll probably put 10 or 12 on that. She has a lot of fans. And then I just loved this one. So this is Saturday Evening Post. I'm not sure what and the cover has the same image on it. Probably will put $12 on that one as well. And then the last one, it's newer, but it's a very specific topic of cheese. And so I think that will appeal to a cheese lover. It's got really beautiful illustrations on the inside, and I will put $10 on that one. And then I picked this up because people are always looking for little cubbies like this one. It's kind of like a printer's tray, but newer. It was $3, and I'll probably display maybe some Wades on that. Wouldn't that be nice? Some little Wade figurines. And then here is a really darling little piece. It's a piece of a tree, right? It was $2.99. Piece of a tree. Piece of a tree limb. And whoever made it, yeah, made this little heart-shaped pull-out drawer, perfect for maybe like a marriage proposal. Wouldn't that be cute? I think that would be cute. I think I will sell this on Etsy, maybe for $25 or $30. I think that's really unique and special. Okay, let's take a look at some glass. I spent a lot of money on this piece. It's a Hoosier jar, specifically for coffee. It's got a really nice condition tin or aluminum lid on it. It is definitely a genuine Hoosier jar, and I paid $15 for it because I think I can sell it for about $38 to $45, maybe a little bit more. I'm gonna do a little research and see how it's selling online. But the small little Hoosier jars sell for about $10, and they don't have, writing on them. So that's my thought on that. Let me know what you think about that. Cute little creamer. I'm sure this has a brand name like Hazel Atlas, something like that. I don't think it's marked on the bottom, but this price tag is on there super tight. So it was $2, and I think it'll sell for $10. And then here is a Pyrex. I should have done some research on what that pattern is, because I don't know. It's some flowers. It looks like mostly flowers and leaves. If you know that pattern, let me know. The 2 pieces, it's a gravy boat, were $3.99, and I think it should sell for about $20. And let's see, pair of salt and peppers, definitely vintage with a swirl pattern. People love these old salt and pepper shakers, and it was $1 for the pair. Should sell for $12-ish dollars. Now, I love Wicker wrapped bottles. This one has coffee in it. I feel like it's not super old. Definitely gonna call it vintage. It was $1, and I will probably dump out those. Oh no, it's not coffee. It's beans. It's black beans in there. Don't like that, so I'm gonna dump those out if I can. Oh, yep, looks like the cork's gonna come out. So it's worth about $18 to $20. I have an article all about wicker wrapped bottles. While we're on baskets, look at this cutie. It was half off, so it was $1.50, and I just think it's adorable, and I'm gonna price it. It's a little caca, a little crooked, but that shouldn't stop people from buying it, or maybe it will. I could possibly wet it and maybe try to straighten it out a little, but in any event, $10, $10 or $12 on that. And I picked up some faux lemons. They were $1. I think I got 6 of them. And nice to decorate with them in your booth, right? Put them in the basket and they look nice. Probably sell them for like $2 each, or maybe a collection of them for $15 or $18. And then I picked up these opera glasses. It's a plastic set, but they were 99 cents. And I feel like they would sell for $10 or $12. Nice to have some unusual or interesting things in your booth, right? Now, scissors, I have an article all about vintage and antique scissors that I wrote a long time ago. And then I kept them all, the ones that I wrote about. I kept them in a flower frog on my desk. But I've recently started selling them, and they sell really well for $10 or $12. So this pair is made in the US, and it's WIS. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but written right there is WIS. They were $1.53. These are in really nice shape. No or very little rust. Really, the outside just really good shape. So I'll probably put 12 on those. People collect scissors. People like the quality of an old pair of scissors. I haven't tried these on a piece of paper, but let's see how they cut. Yeah, just beautiful. So that's them. And then I got these 2 serving spoons. One is engraved with I have no idea. Those old engravings. What is that? Can't tell what that is. A G? Not really. And then this has got PC. And so they are not sterling. This one's marked Rogers. But they are very pretty. Love the colonial pattern. And I think they'll clean up really nicely. They are sort of extra plate. You know, I don't know if it's a AAA or this just says, hard to tell what it says. Like to them, they were $1. They should sell for $5 or $6 each. And then the last piece of metal is this little copper sieve. A sieve or a strainer. It's a strainer, not a sieve. $1.99. I think that will clean up really nicely and just be a cool piece for about $25. That's what I'm thinking right now on that, 25. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab some more stuff. I have some pottery, some ceramic items now. Off to the side there. Hang on, I will be right back. Almost done. Oops. Okay, quite a few pieces of ceramic. I bought this little hand for $2. It's just super cute on its own, but also you could display rings. Not sure if you could put them on any of these fingers. They're kind of close together, but on the thumb. So great for display. If I was going to sell it, I'd probably put $18 on that. I think today's price is $18. Let's get it higher. Let's get up. Not going to get up with this. This is a piece of Japanese Majolica. It was $1. And I do have an article all about Majolica, and so I'll add a picture of this onto that blog post, and hopefully it will sell for about $10. Probably not a lot more than that. Okay, here is, I have a few little creamers, a couple little creamers. So this is a restaurant wear creamer, and it was 66 cents. And these sell for me, plain ones sell for about $5 or $6. This with the little floral dogwood decal type of thing should sell for about $8 or $9. And then here's another one from a different store, $1.09, with the same dogwood decoration there. And this is marked Syracuse. So Syracuse, China, which was in New York State, produced enormous amounts of restaurant wear and pieces that people would buy for the home, but they were the same quality as the restaurant wear. And when I first moved to Albany, a very long time ago, like over 40 years ago. Is that true? 40 years ago? Yes. 39 years ago. Had an outlet here in Albany, and things were so cheap, 50 cents, a quarter, $1, and we filled our whole kitchen with Syracuse china. It didn't always match because you couldn't find enough of the pattern that you liked. In any event, $10 or $12 on that. Just a super cute little. I have been trying to fill my antique booth with more smalls because it really is the backbone of my booth, might be the backbone of your booth. I say that while at the same time, I have been selling a little bit more furniture and a little bit more artwork than usual, but still, it's the smalls that have really been working hard for me. So here's another piece of restaurant wear, a little ramekin, it's 50 cents. I adore this piece. I have a couple of restaurant wear bowls that I have kept. The glossiness, the weight of it, the perfect form of it. I really, really enjoy that. I would put $8 or $10 on that if I were going to sell it. Might not be. Okay, here's a little toothpick. I have an article all about toothpicks. This is a little cutie shaped like a barrel. Costs $1.50, and I will put $8 to $10 on that. And then I do have an article about miniature pitchers. This one was $1.09, and I think this is, it says right there, Bulgaria. It's a souvenir piece of redware with a pretty little design, and I would sell that for $8 to $10 also, but I might be adding it to my collection. I'll have to see. I am not collecting them to acquire an enormous collection. I just want pieces that I really, really like, and only one example of each. So here's another one, a little bit bigger. Not sure. Let me see if I can get the tag off. Okay, I got the tag off, and there's some sort of gold. Is it, I think it says France. It says France on that mark. But just cute with all the gold gilt, right? And the little decoration, little sort of very Frenchy looking couple there. It was $1, and I would put 10 or 12 on that. Might be going to my collection though. We'll see. So this piece I'm really not sure about, but I do like Hull. It's matte pottery, a lot like Roseville, not quite as collectible. It is marked, it's incised Hull on the bottom there. It's in really good condition. It's just a sweet little vase with a nice little embossed decoration. I did pay $8.50 for it, and I hope that it will sell for about $35. So that's 4 times. That's about 4 times the money that I have into it. So that's not too bad. I like to 10 times my money, but you can't always do that. And it's nice to have some nicer pieces like that piece of Hull. And then here is a piece of Port Marion. I do love Port Marion, and shopped Port Marion when we lived in England. So it's a pottery that has an outlet in Stoke-on-Trent. Can't remember if that's where it's actually manufactured, but this is a very common botanical pattern, trailing bindweed. Very pretty. And it was $1 at a thrift store, and it should sell for about $20 to $25. That's what I'm thinking. And then here's a really sweet little saucer, right? Would have had a matching teacup. So I don't buy, random saucers typically, but this has a windmill on it, and our area was settled early in the 1600s by the Dutch. And so Dutch items sell very well for me from my antique booth. It was $1.09. It was made in Japan, nicely made. I would have said Staffordshire. And I will put $8 to $10 on that piece. And let's see what we have over here. Okay, some white ironstone-y type things. So this is a mortar and pestle. Cost $3. These sell extremely well. There are mortar and pestle collectors out there, and it should sell for about $20. Now these are little ramekins. They are to make a dessert, a French dessert, creme de la something or other. Okay, it was half price. It was $1. Last time I sold these, I had a pair of them, and they sold for $28. This also comes in a larger size, and I sold them for $32 on Etsy. So it has an ironstone-y look, but it's actually porcelain. And so I buy these whenever I find them, and I'll hang on to it until I get another one probably to sell together. And then this is a paint palette, right, for watercolor. You'd squeeze your paints in there, and but it's ironstone-like, and it's pretty, kind of floral. And I sell some art supplies like this that have a vintagey sort of feeling to them on Etsy. I will probably sell it together with something else, like maybe some vintage watercolor paints or something like that. Okay, so it was $2, and I think it's worth about probably 15 to 20 on Etsy, but like I said, I'll pair it with something else. And then here's a piece of newer buffalo china. So there are some serious buffalo china collectors. It's a little dish. Maybe it's from a restaurant, and you'd be served a piece of fish in there, or a little stew or something like that. And it should sell for about $6 or $7. Could hold a couple of bars of soap also. Okay, I think we're down to our last two pieces of pottery or china. So this is a piece of, it's transitioning to the aesthetic movement. It's brown transferware on a piece of ironstone. It's marked Lucerne M and C, so that's not an English mark, I don't think. It's not an American company I've ever heard of, but I just thought it was beautiful with the bird. It would be nice for display. And it's got kind of a nice brown crazed look to it. It was $4. And I think I showed you the mark, right? Oh my gosh, losing my mind. So I would hope to sell this on Etsy in the $30 to $35 range. That's what I would hope. Now here's a piece that is genuinely from the aesthetic movement, right? It's got these beautiful natural images, flowers and leaves, and then a geometric sort of design here. So this piece is marked Albert, Foley Pottery, Staffordshire. So this is a piece of transferware, very early transferware. It was $2. So there's the mark. I think Albert is the pattern name, kind of a funny pattern name. And then is a personal name, J.P. Wileman, looks like right up there, $1.99. And I will try this on Etsy in the $25 to $30 range. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed seeing my finds, the final and third installment of our trip to Pennsylvania last spring. And I hope you'll leave a thumbs up, you'll subscribe to my channel, hit the bell so that you get regular notification whenever I post a new video. And as always, happy hunting.